My name is Dr. Melissa Groelz. It is lovely to have you all here. This is our Ideal Weight Loss Workshop. I put this class together just to be totally informative about what we are doing in this office to help people lose an average of 3 to 7 pounds per week. We combine a couple of different therapies. One of them is a weight loss program, one of them is a red light therapy to really allow our patients to shed a lot of fat in a short period of time, hold on to all of their muscle, but also really target and tone the areas in their body where they want to lose fat from. So we have a great success in this office. We've been doing this for over 11 years. We have helped thousands of people through this program. And I really find that if I take some time and explain to you how your body works, you can work with your body and get phenomenal results. Because when you don't understand how your body works, you will fight against your body and fail miserably every time. So that's all we're here to do tonight. I know that we handed you paperwork on the way in the door. It is not important. Set it aside. We can always do paperwork later. We're just here to really learn how to get this weight off and keep it off in the long run. Sound good? Quick introduction of myself. I'm actually a spinal pain specialist. I've been in the spinal pain world for over 19 years now. I started getting into weight loss about 11 years ago because my brother, who had struggled with weight his entire life, lost 53 pounds. And he called me up and he was telling me about this program and he was really excited about it. And he was thinking about bringing it into his office. He's a physician out in California. And he wanted to give it to his patients, but he wanted my opinion of it first. The reason he wanted my opinion of it is I had worked for many years before I went into spinal pain field as a personal fitness trainer. My undergraduate degree is in kinesiology and applied physiology. I had studied a lot of biochemistry. I had studied a lot of nutrition. And so he wanted to get my take on it. So I looked at the program and I was like, oh, I really don't like the idea of packaged foods. That does not sit well with me. I have a lot of reservations about that. I think people should be eating whole foods. So that was something that I had a very big question mark in my mind about. So I called up the clinicians who developed this program, and it's actually developed by a French doctor who has an MD, a PhD in nutrition, and a PhD in biochemistry. That is a lot of education for one man to get. And I talked with them. And I said, look, I'm not trying to be rude, but I'm going to be pretty blunt. I think you're selling something. I don't think people need to eat this stuff to lose weight. And they explained some things to me about how the body works that I'm going to explain to you tonight. And it all made a lot of sense, but I still had a lot of reservations in my mind. So they could hear those reservations in my voice. And the head clinician said, you know, Dr. Melissa, your brother tells me that you just had your second baby. Is that correct? And I was like, yes, it is. Why? He goes, you have some weight you need to lose, Dr. Melissa? I was like, yeah, I have 40 pounds to drop. He's like, all right, you do the program, you decide what you think about it, and then call me back. And I thought, you know what? That is a very good answer. So I did. I did the program myself. I lost 40 pounds in 2.5 months. That was 11 years ago. It was fantastic. I'm not going to lie. I loved every second of that. But that is not what sold me on this program. What sold me on this program is as I was losing that weight, I corrected my hypoglycemia. Anybody know what hypoglycemia is? Yeah? Maybe a couple of you? Hypoglycemia is where your body is producing way too much insulin. And insulin is your storage hormone. Insulin is the hormone that takes everything you eat and stores it away into your cells. And when you are producing too much insulin, your body stores everything you eat away into your cells, and that makes your blood sugar crash, hence hypo or low glycemia, blood sugar. That makes you hungry all the time. It makes you tired all the time. It makes you irritable all the time. And that's how I'd lived my entire life. The really bad thing about hypoglycemia is not just that it makes you miserable, it's one step away from type 2 diabetes. Type 2 diabetes is right around the corner when you've got hypoglycemia, and I knew that, but I didn't know how to fix it, and I fixed it with this program. Now that got me excited, because as a physician, when I can fix what has gone wrong in my patients, that is why I get out of bed in the morning. That is why I love every second of what I do in this office. And so I said, you know what, Jason, not only do you need to do this for your patients, I am definitely doing it for mine because they deserve it. So I started doing it at night for fun, but we got so many patients off of blood pressure, cholesterol, triglyceride, and diabetic medications. I got so much weight off of people that we have a huge volume of just weight loss people in this office, and they take my entire time. That's why I'm not on the floor adjusting people. I know there's some spinal patients in here. I feel like, Who's Dr. Melissa Groelz? She's never out here adjusting people. That's because I'm busy taking care of the weight loss. That's how a spinal doctor got into weight loss, which seems like a crazy jump, but that's how it all went down. Now, if we are going to talk about weight loss, we have got to take a few moments to talk about weight loss myths, because we are bombarded with information about how to lose weight, right? And we are all told to do 3 things to lose weight. What are we told to do?
Starve yourself.
Diet and exercise.
Starve yourself, diet and exercise, right? Or maybe not starve yourself, but eat a healthy, balanced diet, right? But basically, it comes down to you are told to eat less, to exercise, and eat a healthy, balanced diet. Yeah? Here, Marilyn.
I'm sorry.
There's one right over here for you, sweetie. Has anyone tried doing that? This works for a few. This does. It's just a really, really, really hard way to lose weight. So I am going to take a moment and explain why this is such a difficult way to lose weight. Because if you tried to do this and it didn't work, that feels like a failure inside. And it is really important, if we're going to find a path to success, that you remove that feeling of failure from your past. Because you didn't fail. This is just not a good system. So when you eat less of a balanced diet, what you're doing is taking a balanced diet of fat, protein, and carbohydrates, because those are our 3 energy sources. And you're saying, you know what, instead of eating all those calories, let's reduce that a little bit. Let's just take in a portion of those calories. The theory here is that if you take in fewer calories than you're burning off, your body will lose weight. When you take in fewer calories than you're burning off, does that make you lose weight?
It doesn't seem to.
It doesn't seem to. Did it in the past, the first time you tried it?
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Here's the big thing that you need to know. Of course it makes you lose weight. Your body is burning more calories than you're taking it in. It has to eat up some of itself. But it doesn't burn fat. When you take your calorie intake low, do you know what your body burns instead of fat? Muscle. Your body burns protein, not fat. And so think back to like maybe when you were in your 20s and you first went on a diet. You could lose weight, right? It worked for a little while, but nobody was watching whether or not it was fat or muscle. The scale moved, that's all you cared about. Here's the problem. When you burn muscle as an energy source, it decreases your metabolism for 2 reasons. Number 1, muscle is the tissue in your body that requires the most energy to move around. So the more muscle you have on your body, the more calories you burn all day. And as you eat up your muscle mass, you are going to burn fewer and fewer calories, all right? In addition to that, when you burn muscle as an energy source, it is horrible for your liver, your kidneys, and your adrenal glands. So your body's natural reactive mechanism is to drop its metabolic rate as low as it can because it's trying to save your liver and your kidneys and your adrenal glands. That's a really good thing. You need your liver and your kidneys and your adrenal glands. Those are important organs, right? There's a good reason your body does that. Here's the problem. You start starving yourself or counting points or decreasing your caloric intake, and the scale moves, but you lost muscle, not fat, so your metabolism drops a little bit. But the scale's moving, so that's exciting, so you keep going. Metabolism drops a little further. You keep going, your metabolism drops, and this will work to move the scale via muscle loss until you reach that point right there, where now the amount of calories you're taking in equals the amount of calories you're burning off because you've destroyed your metabolism. Now we've got an equal in versus out on calories, and what happens?
Plateau.
You plateau, right? No more weight loss because your body's in balance again. How long do you continue to starve yourself when the scale's not moving?
You're done.
You don't. Like a day, because that's upsetting, right? What happens as soon as you start eating again? Do you put it on or do you put on more? More. Every single time, right?
Yeah.
Every time. So you lose weight, you stop losing weight, so you start eating again, and even more weight comes on. Because when you did this, you burned muscle, so your body is even less efficient than when you started. So maybe the first time you did this and you starved yourself, you lost 20 pounds. And then you plateaued, and you're like, well, I'm not losing any more weight, and eventually 25 creeped back on. The next time, you could only lose 12 pounds before you plateaued, and then 18, 19, 20 came back on. Maybe the next time you can only lose 8 pounds before you plateaued, and 10, 11, 12 came back on. So we get in this pattern of yo-yo dieting. We've all heard that term. There's a reason we've heard that term. It's because we are told to starve ourselves to lose weight. and it doesn't work for long-term weight loss. In fact, it causes long-term weight gain because you're burning the wrong thing in your body. Does that help explain maybe why some of the things you've done in the past didn't work out so well? All right, not to speak good or bad of any one program, it's just physiologically, that's what happens. All right, that's why I'm not gonna tell you to do that. Very good. Let's talk about exercise. Is exercise important?
Yes.
Yeah, exercise is vitally important. You have to exercise. It is crucial to your health. Your heart needs it, your lungs need it, your spine and nervous system need it. It's just not a very effective way to accomplish fat loss. The reason for that is just how many calories you burn in a typical workout. Anybody know how many calories they burn in a typical workout? You're gonna be really high because she teaches shred, so she's amazing. Sorry, go ahead.
I don't know, 500.
500, anybody else?
I was thinking 350.
350, anybody else?
200.
200? Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. So average amount of calories burned in typical 45-minute cardiovascular work is 200 to 300, right? Now, if you want to take a cycling class that's 90 minutes long and work so hard you feel like you're going to throw up or pass out the entire time, that's more like the 500. Probably also those, treadmill workouts are closer to that 500 mark. But this is the average, right? You can go above or below that depending on what you're doing. This is the average. How many calories are in a pound of fat? In a gram, yep. A pound.
1,200.
Oh.
Keep guessing.
Isn't it
3,500.
7,000? No, 3,500, okay.
3,500 calories in 1 pound of fat. How many workouts do you have to do to burn the calories in 1 pound of fat?
I don't.
Right? If you're not even working out, you're not burning much. But that's 11 to 18 workouts to burn 1 little sad measly pound of fat on the scale, assuming that you don't go home and you're like, well, I totally deserve this granola bar. I just killed myself for 45 minutes on the treadmill. I'm hungry. Of course you're hungry. You should be hungry. Exercise tears your body apart, and your body stimulates your appetite so that you'll eat more, so you have the right building blocks to build itself strong again. It is totally appropriate to eat more when you're exercising. However, that granola bar is 275 calories. Now you've done nothing towards weight loss. Okay? Please don't misunderstand me. I am not telling you not to exercise. Of course you should exercise. It is crucial to your health. It is not going to be a component of how you lose weight on my program. So if you're in a state where you can't work out right now, like many of our spinal patients are because they're dealing with injuries, it will not stop you from losing weight. Your weight is going to be dependent on what you eat. Do you eventually have to get back to exercising once we heal your spine? Of course. It's a part of your health. All right, but take that out of your mind. You don't have to work out. Now, I don't want you working out super hard on this program either. So if that's a little bit of a challenge for you and you're like, I'm in the middle of training for an Ironman, let's talk afterwards because we're going to just make some moderations to the program. Anyone currently training for an Ironman? Fastest boulder of their life coming up. Okay, good. All right. Just like clear up the question on exercise. Everyone understands I didn't say don't exercise. That's not what came out of my mouth. Good. Okay. Very good. All right, let's talk about that balanced diet. We hear so much about eating a healthy balanced diet, and really, you have to eat a healthy balanced diet. That's how you stay healthy the rest of your life. However, it keeps you in balance. There is a huge difference between what you need to eat to stay healthy and what you need to eat to lose fat. And I think this is where the biggest confusion comes in America, honestly, is because doctors will tell you, you just need to eat healthy. True, but it's not going to cause you to burn fat. So many people eat healthy and they get so frustrated because they're not losing weight. Well, a healthy balanced diet isn't going to make you lose weight. So let's talk about what does make you gain and lose weight. Sound good? We're going to solve the mystery right here and now. So if you take carbohydrates out, your body's going to eat up muscle mass no matter how much protein you eat, and you're going to drop your metabolism. This will not work, and it is terrible for your liver, your kidneys, and your adrenal glands. So you're not going to do that. Instead, you're going to be eating a vegetable protein source that is just a pre-digested protein. That's really all it is. What these are naturally occurring vegetable proteins that they figured out how to unwind without denaturing. So just a big long chain of amino acids. That's all they are. When you eat those, They hit your stomach, and the acid in your stomach can cleave all those bonds because they're already unwound. And then you can have 90% assimilation of that protein into your body so that we can keep enough protein going in to keep your muscle mass stable. That's the key. When I get enough protein, just enough protein, this is not a high protein diet, it's just an adequate protein diet. We're gonna give you just enough to keep muscle stable. That is how you kick your body into a state of burning fat almost exclusively as an energy source. That is where you want to get, that is where you want to stay. That's where ladies lose an average of 3 to 7 pounds a week, men lose an average, ladies 3 to 5, men 3 to 7. Okay? Very good? Sound good? You want to know what you're eating all day? All right, here's the brief overview and then we'll get into details. For breakfast, you are going to have one of my protein products along with some vitamins. You can have coffee or tea, you don't have to. For lunch, you're going to have another of my protein products, 2 cups of vegetables from a list of vegetables that I'm going to give you, and a huge salad. For dinner, you're going to have some regular protein like chicken or fish, meat, eggs, something along those lines, 2 cups of vegetables, and a big salad. If you are here for health reasons, because you need to get off medications, you're on this for 90 days, because you got to fix what's wrong inside. If you are here to lose 30 pounds, you're on this for about 90 days, because it's probably going to take about 90 days for a woman to lose 30 pounds. If you want to lose 80 pounds, you're on phase 1 until you lose 80 pounds. So how long you're on it largely depends on your goal. Yeah. What I would recommend is at least do the 3 months. Some of you might only want to lose 10 pounds, and that's going to happen way before 3 months. So you're going to have a decision to make. Do I keep going so I can reset my internal chemistry? That's what I would recommend, but ultimately it's your body and your health, and you decide.
Do you think it takes about 3 months to reset? I know 90 days for everything you can do.
Well, the reset of your chemistry does. Your weight loss is going to be depending on your goals. When you're done with that, you do phase 2. Phase 2 is where we teach your pancreas how to produce less insulin. What did we say about that phase?
2 weeks.
Don't skip it. Don't skip it, please. And then we go to stabilization. Stabilization is the next year after you have finished your pancreatic reset. Because if you are at, I'm going to pick random numbers. If you're at 160 and you want to drop to 130, you're going to drop to 130, and guess what your body wants to do? Go back to 160, because that's your body's set point. And your body wants to hang out at your set point. So a lot of research has been done on how can we reset that set point. And here's what they found when doing a lot of research. If you can hit your new weight of wherever you want your body to have a new set point at 3 times in 12 months, your body starts to establish its homeostasis around that new number. So let's say you are going from 160 and you want to hover at 130. We're going to take you from 160 to 130. It's January, so that will probably be happening in the spring. And then you might gain a little bit of weight over the summer, which is normal because you live in America and you're probably going to take in maybe a little more calories than you should. Maybe you won't. You're going to do a week next September of this program and drop right back to 130. You're going to go through the holidays. You may or may not put a little weight on the holidays. You're going to do a week of phase 1 in January of next year. Then you're going to do a week of phase 1 the following May. So you are going to do it in May, September, and January. Because you have to hit that new number 3 times in 12 months to start teaching your body, this is our new place. What I would strongly recommend is just do that forever. I'm on phase 1 right now, not because I want to lose weight, but because I got to reset. Because naturally over time your body produces more and more insulin, and if you stop and reset that insulin production every once in a while, the weight never comes back. If you never reset that insulin, the weight slowly creeps back on. So we pick those times very specifically. Everybody's in the mood in January to clean it up, right? It's easy to do a week and clean it up. May is right before your summer vacations. Most people are in the mood to clean it up and look good for summer, so it's another easy time to do it. September is when all the kids go back to school and everybody's more focused and travel is done, and so it's another easy time to focus and do it. My recommendation, every January, May, and September, do a week. We all do it here together so that we have a lot of recipes going out and energy around you, and we're all a team, so we make it really easy for you. That's from day 1 through the rest of your life. That's a lot of information. So you will be having a coach. You will be seeing your coach every single week, one-on-one. So don't feel like you have to memorize any of this, all right? Yeah. We are here to help you out. You'll have our cell phone numbers. You can call or text us with questions at any time. Now, there's 2 things that we haven't talked about. That is trouble zones and skin. I cannot, with any weight loss program, make your body burn fat from where you want your body to burn fat from. Everybody has trouble areas, and most ladies know where their trouble area is. Guys sometimes don't, because they don't deal with weight quite as much as we do. But sometimes it's like, gosh, you know what, no matter what I do, my body does not take weight from the middle. Or no matter what I do, I always have saddlebags. Or no matter what I do, my arms never lose weight. Everybody's got those little areas. And so we do have a way to target and melt fat out of those areas without doing any damage or any invasion in your body whatsoever. We also have a piece of equipment that stimulates collagen production to tighten skin. Because if you have been overweight for a period of time and you suddenly lose 30 pounds, your skin doesn't just automatically tighten up. You've stretched your skin out, and so you lose 30 pounds, now you have saggy skin there. And that was a big issue for a lot of our patients. So I did a ton of research into the different options out there, like some of the things that are a little more invasive, and I chose to wait until they came out with a system that was zero invasion in your body, because I don't want to kill any cells, I don't want to do any damage to you. So our piece of equipment temporarily alters the permeability of the fat cell wall and melts fat out of the cells. At the same time, it stimulates collagen production to tighten your skin. So it allows us to really target and tone those trouble areas and to really shrink your skin so that when this is all said and done, you're thrilled. Because when you go through all this work, I think you deserve to be thrilled. All right, so that's what I would strongly recommend, and it's the combination of the two therapies together that really gives us the best results in this office. So that's what most of our patients do. When you are doing that therapy, if you choose to do it, it's 3 days a week, because we are altering the permeability of that wall for 48 hours. So you do a treatment, we melt fat out of that cell for 48 hours, we do another treatment. Melt fat out of that cell for 48 hours, do another treatment. So I would recommend no less than 12 sessions. That's really what it takes to get a good change in the mirror. So when you're doing it, you want to pick the month that you can be here 3 times a week. I always get the question, when should I do my red light therapy, Dr. Melissa? At the beginning, in the middle, at the end? It doesn't matter.
How long is a session?
About 45 minutes. You're going to be 20 minutes on the lights. We wrap you up, you take a warm nap, you lay there and shrink, and then you stand on a power vibration plate for 15 minutes because that stimulates your lymphatic drainage, because the fat's moving into your lymph system to be brought to your liver and be processed, removed from the body. No pain, no downtime. It's about the most fabulous and indulgent thing you could possibly dream of, all right? But when you should do it depends on when you can be here, right? You wanted to pick a month where you can be here 3 times a week for 4 weeks. That's what makes the difference. All right, I'll show you some quick pictures on what to expect in terms of results with the red light therapy, so that you have a very solid and reasonable idea of what will happen. These pictures that I am showing you are not done with our weight loss program. They are done with the red light therapy only, because I want to give you very realistic expectations of what to expect. So this was someone we were working with, and her trouble area was just her little pooch. She just wanted to get rid of that and couldn't get rid of it. So we treated that area, and she has a really beautiful result. That was 10 instead of 12, but she just didn't need 12 to get where she was going. She didn't love the cellulite and crepiness on the back of her legs. So as long as we were doing it, she had us wrap her hips and thighs as well. And we had a really nice result on the legs also.
And what is the cost of it?
I'll hand it out to you in 1 second. Absolutely. Arms is a big one for ladies, because they don't want to have the skin hanging down. There's a before and after on an arm. Beautiful change, yeah? A lot of that is skin tightening, isn't it? It's nice to have a way to tighten your skin as you age. We're all going to get looser skin as we age. It's a normal process of aging. So having an opportunity to turn that around is a very, very nice thing. Notice this was 12 sessions and not 10. Arms take a little longer. The area that responds the fastest is the tummy, and then the butt, and then the thighs, and then the arms, and then the chin. Some people have the fat through here. So how much you need to do slightly depends on what area you're really wanting to treat. This is a guy. I threw this in here because most guys are through the middle that they want change. That was 12 sessions. Huge change, right? Still got the hangover, right? Remember, he's not doing the fat loss system. He's just doing the red light therapy. So that's why I'm telling you, don't just do the red light therapy. Do the changes in your diet as well.